how's your boy Sung Kang doing right now?
You know what's weird about Sung is that I never spoke to him before the incident, and I certainly haven't spoke to him since. So I would say it's the same.
That was going to be my next. Have you guys? Has there ever been a like squash the beef? Hey, it's over. Any of that? Have you had any conversation with him since that day? And it was in Maryland, right?
Yeah, we were in Maryland at DC. I played with Tiger Saturday. I thought that was the biggest moment of my career, and it was up to the moment. And then 24 hours later, I had another, by far the biggest moment of my career, and mostly what I'm still known for now. But he came, I don't know, it's probably a month later maybe. And we're Canadian Open, I think Wednesday, kind of practicing around. And he's like, hey, Joel, can I talk to you? And I'm like, sure. I'm like, what could he possibly want to say? He's like, I want you to apologize to me.
Well, let's describe the moment for those who might not know.
Just for everyone who might not know.
2018 Quicken Loans in DC.
This is fun.
This is Sunday, correct?
This is fun.
Sunday.
Y'all are playing well.
Yeah, we're around top 10 starting Sunday.
He goes for a par 5 and 2, number 10.
Yep.
Pulls it.
Have you played there?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know that hole, yeah.
Claims it crossed. You say, no, sir, it did not cross.
Yep. In his defense, from 230 away, it was really close to crossing. But as I got up there and you saw the physics of the ground, like it is a steep slope left and like almost kicks, well, it definitely kicks right if it lands on the red line. So it was one of those. But he wanted to drop up by the green. I said no, like I don't think it crossed. I went like very political about the whole thing. You got to protect the field. Like I don't want to do this, but I think you got to do, you know. That was the first 5 minutes. The next 5 minutes was, I don't even know. It kind of became a blur, but it was like hemming and hawing about, he's like, well, what if I drop back here? I'm like, that's even further right than, like, that's impossible for you to do there. So I got him to agree his ball didn't draw. I go, so if you hit from back there and your ball didn't draw, then it couldn't have crossed. Go back and forth. I have the ShotLink guy on my team. I got the spotter who was standing, almost hit the spotter there. He marked his ball immediately in the hazard. I think it was 25 minutes later. Well, we had a rules official come over at 15 minutes, and he's like, "What do you think?" And I go, "Well, I know that he didn't cross here. I don't feel comfortable with it. It's got to go back." So then he like goes back. He drives Sung all the way back. During this time, I mean, we're like 4th or 5th to the last group, and we're holding up everybody. Ben Crane and Ryan Palmer play through us.
You're the only guy in the world who's
hey
let
guys,
Ben Crane
go
play
ahead,
through.
Go ahead and send it.
They played. I don't think there's been another instance in tour that anyone knows of. I'm sure it's happened, but like that someone played through.
I didn't know it was allowed.
Well, I didn't either. But Ben Crane and Ryan Palmer played through, and I'm laughing. I'm like, Ben Crane, and he's like, what is going on? And I'm like, don't worry about it, guys. Just go. So that was an interesting one, but it just eventually came down to the rules official came over to me and he goes, I can't do anything about this. I didn't see the golf shot. We have to go with the player in this instance. I go, the rules of golf are not helping me right now, and they're just letting this guy do whatever he wants. So he decided I would have been way more I would have been more comfortable if he would have dropped right next to the green where his ball kind of was. He was like hole high. He went like 40 yards back where way more right of where that line is, and then he hit a good shot, made the putt. Proceeded to make multiple birdies coming in, finishes T3, locks up his card for the year, goes to the British Open. And I was pretty heated all day. Everybody's like, oh, you just called him out because you didn't want to, or like because you were losing to him, whatever. I'm like, he was so far ahead of me at the moment, it didn't matter. Like, I think I finished like 20th. But
then you have a guy on Twitter that comes out and says, hey, Joel, what happened on 10? Y'all let a group go through.
Yeah, and I decided, I had a couple beers at the time, obviously, but I explained the situation by using the C word, which is cheating in golf.
So I've learned since
that's a different. There's
come
two
to this
C
side.
words.
There's two C words.
Yeah.
Cheating in golf.
Cheating is worse than the other one in golf.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I've learned since I've come to this side, that word is not very. They don't like that word very much.
They don't. But I felt that it was appropriate. I ran around the clubhouse as soon as I finished. I was like, this is BS. The only thing I wish I would have changed is I wouldn't have signed his scorecard. I talked to Gino about it for 8 holes we finished. And I was like, so I signed. He's like, if you don't sign, someone else is going to. So like why waste 10 minutes of your time? Like the only thing that would have just really firmed up everything, I just wouldn't have signed it. A rules pitcher came in, signed it, and would have been done. But I still put it this way. He withdrew the next week. I had my career best finish of 5th at Greenbrier. The next week at John Deere, I had my career best finish of T2. So I slept okay, played great, and he's obviously a good player. He won last year. He did whatever, but I think.
So take us back to Canadian Open.
Give me that conversation. I got to know what happened to that conversation.
So, Canadian Open. So we're Wednesday, whatever. He comes up. He's like, Joel, can I talk to you? I was like, sure. I was actually in the middle of my first putting lesson with this coach who I'm paying quite a bit of money to help fix my putting, obviously. And he goes, Joel, I want you to apologize to me. I said, apologize to me? I go, look around. You should apologize to everybody else that was in that field. You took money from him. You did all this stuff. And we just went back and forth for 5 minutes about apologizing. And finally he's like, well, you did this to, you ruined my reputation and this. And I go, you did it to yourself. I didn't do this. Like, either way, this was getting out and everyone knows it. So I just accelerated it a little bit. But that was, it was back and forth of 5 minutes of, I told him to apologize to me. He really wanted me to apologize to him. And then we have not spoke since. So
it's not squashed. He's not inviting you to his birthday.
No. He's not invited to mine either.
What was the reaction from the other play? Like, I know what the media did. I know I saw the stuff in the media just like, but what were the players' reaction? Were people coming up to you saying, like, you did the right thing? Or?
I was a second-year guy at the time. Really didn't know that many people. Wasn't playing great golf. Kind of a nobody. And I had multiple major champions in next week Greenbrier thanking me for standing up for what was right, saying how hard it is to do. We've all been in that situation as a golfer of like, man, I don't think it crossed there. I know it didn't cross there, but how do you bring that up? How do you... no one wants to, be the asshole in the group kind of a deal. But, it was just like I had a lot of, I would say 99% was incredible. There's 1% that probably said I shouldn't do it, but you can guess who that 1% is. Yeah.
It takes a lot of guts to do it, though, because it's tough. Because we've all seen instances where you're like, that might not be the
questionable.
best.
Wait, so, and I think a lot of those are like 10 or 20 yards. Did it hook here? Did it hook here? But this one was so egregious. Like, it was just so not even possible, and it mattered so much. It's like one thing, like, I think we've both done it. It's like, man, a guy hit it in the water, but he's 5 over going to the cut. I'm like, just drop it and hurry up and like, let's get out of here.
Yes.
Like, we don't care. You're not affecting anything. Maybe you didn't even 50th. You're like, maybe, like, whatever. But like, that was close. All right. But this one was just too much.